Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of stock trading recaps with Justin Low Stocks. I just made that weird intro up. So on Friday night I traded only one stock. Got home late at night, helping my friends set up for a wedding, but yeah, CHKE was the one stock I traded. So as you can see, since around April, May, this stock would have occasional spikes with a little bit more volume than normal, but it kept getting stuffed around the 130 area. As you can see, it's hit there, and here, and then it was used as support back here. So that's a very strong support resistance line. And then on Friday, this was spiking up pre-market up around those 124, 125 levels. So if the stock broke above that 130 area, you could look for a push to this 168 line where there was more resistance back here. But if there wasn't enough volume and not enough strength to be able to push through this 130, 131 sort of area, you could expect it to crack back down towards its towards sort of the average price it's been the last 7 or so days, which is around the 90s. So that's the look of the daily. So that's why I planned to short it if around that level, unless it broke out. And then here we are, the Friday morning. So as you can see, pre-market was spiking up, got up to a high of 125. If you remember, the 130 level was where I was going to short. But after the market opened, which is this big candle here, which has got no color because it is a doji candle, which means that the price action, the opening price and the closing price in that 1 minute candle is the exact same. But as you can see, it came up to 125 and its low was here at 111. So it spiked up initially, and then it came dropping down, and that's where I shorted 118. Came back down here, and then bounced back up. It was having a little bit of just fighting. The buyers and sellers are fighting. That's why the stock was going up and down, but wasn't really breaking out in any direction. I then waited to see a little bit of strength with this green candle, and I was shorted into the strength. You always like to short in strength and buy into weakness, because then when the stock turns back around, you got a bit more of a margin to be able to make profits. So yeah, re-shorted it there. Short selling, you want the stock to go down. It came up to 118 again, bounced around, and then once it started showing a bit of strength here, I shorted it again. Same price, 114, just 5 minutes later. It then got up to 121, so I was down a little bit of money, but I wasn't gonna cut the loss until it broke out of the high, which is 125. Or actually, from memory, I was even going to let it ride out to possibly 130, where the daily resistance was. But didn't even need to end up worrying about that, because it got to 121, it topped out, and then it just fell. And it fell rather sharply, 121 down to $1 within about 10 minutes. So I was a very, very good trade. Only if I had bigger size would have been even better, because I averaged my position at 115, which is here, closed my position down here where this other arrow is, down at the 105, which was a nice 8 to 8.5% profit, which is, yeah, it was great. But I had a real small position size, so it wasn't the biggest win. But percentage wise, which I said in the last video, you got to look at percentage sizes, because obviously, if someone with $1 million account can make a lot more money than someone like me with a $3,000 account, but for me, 8% is, you know, of the size I had in this trade, was ended up being, I think, $110 winner. But if you had a lot bigger account, and you had, you know, say you had $1 million account, you put $10,000 position into it, you would have made what, like $800. So you got to work in percentages to realize how well you're actually trading these stocks, not in dollar values. But yeah, so it was, yeah, real good trade. Like I said, you just got to play off your support and resistance lines, because they are the best technical indicators you can have. Because obviously, if you see a stock hitting a certain price point and then falling back, you know there tends to be a lot of sellers at that point. So if you've got long-term stock traders, not intraday, but long-term, over months or years even, if they see a stock getting to that price and it keeps falling, that's probably where you see a lot of long-term investors selling their stock, because they probably buy it near the lows where the support is, sell it near the highs. So as a day trader, you try to capitalize off those long-term investors where they would sell at resistances and buy at supports, and you try to also use that to be able to take advantage of typical price action movements. So yeah, that was the trade I did on Friday. Very what do you call it? By the book, I guess you can say. And yeah, ended up with a nice profit with not too much risk. So that was my trading for Friday. I should be getting up tonight to trade, except I might not because I'm starting a new job tomorrow, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, take it easy guys, and hope you've learnt something from this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoy the videos and you want more content, and go on to Instagram and follow me at JLOWE4, where I also put up some live trades while I'm trading. Alright, take care guys.